Hello everyone, welcome back to another election prediction video. This time we have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. versus Vivek Ramaswamy. So two wildcard candidates for either party here. This outcome is quite unlikely to happen, but you never really know in politics. Anything could really happen in it. But let's get right into it. Again, both these candidates are definitely anti-establishment for both sides of the political spectrums. But I do think that RFK Jr., he'd probably have a slight edge in an election like this because, again, Vivek Ramaswamy, he does have a lot of quite unpopular ideas. But I could see the base turnout being quite low. I think this would be a lower turnout election because both candidates really aren't that popular with their mainstream of their party. I could see a lot of voter turnout being a bit lower on that end. But let's get right into it. The first state, Colorado. Vivek Ramaswamy have no chance against RFK Jr., even though it would be lower urban turnout for RFK because, again, he doesn't agree with the majority of his party. Neither does Vivek Ramaswamy. I think he does have a lot of unpopular positions overall. Virginia probably would be safe blue. Same with New Mexico. I just see Vivek's unpopular ideas tanking him in both states against Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He does have that Kennedy last name factor, so that name recognition would definitely help him in an election as well. In Maine at large, I kind of just see it as safe blue still. I even think Kennedy would win back Maine second because I just don't think a lot of moderate voters would appreciate how right-wing Vivek's ideas are overall. New Hampshire as well probably would go down to likely, I would say. Minnesota probably likely. Same with Nebraska second. I don't see Vivek doing amazing there either. In Alaska, I see Vivek underperforming drastically. I think Kennedy actually has a real decent shot at flipping Alaska against Vivek. Because again, I could see a lot of independent voters being kind of opposing Vivek's ideas by quite a lot. Again, raising the voting age isn't a popular idea. Ending the Department of Education isn't one either. Also, ending the FBI, which Vivek pretty much supports all those unpopular policies that are quite radical. It really wouldn't sit well with Alaska, which is a typically it started becoming a more moderate state overall in politics. I could see it shifting more and more in favor of the Democrats over time as well. But I think RFK Jr. would be a good shot at maybe making Alaska a lot more competitive if it's Vivek Ramaswamy against him. The states of Iowa and Ohio. These are just kind of outreach for Democrats. Even with a very unpopular nominee in Vivek Ramaswamy, I still think it would be out of reach even for a candidate like RFK Jr. would be able to appeal to those more populist type of voters. In the Rust Belt, I could see Vivek underperforming for sure here. I don't think he would do well in Michigan, neither Pennsylvania or Wisconsin, and thus giving Kennedy the election, even though he is out of base with most of the party on the issues. I still think they would just vote for him as a lesser of two evils against Vivek Ramaswamy. In Arizona and Nevada, again, I think RFK Jr. relatively win those states quite easily just due to independent voters going his way. Same with Georgia and North Carolina, I think would be quite easy states for RFK Jr. to win, considering that I think Vivek would definitely lose independent voters with a lot of those more unpopular policy ideas. Would I lower any states down to any of these safe red states down to likely? Honestly, I could see South Carolina going that way. Any other states? I think the rest of these would probably still stay above 10% Republican, but I could see South Carolina going down to likely. The state of Texas, it would be certainly a lot closer, but again, Vivek's just so unpopular that even RFK Jr. would be able to probably narrowly beat him in the state of Texas. Now we're down to the state of Florida, but I just think it's so far gone for Democrats that even a weak candidate like Vivek Ramaswamy would be probably able to narrowly edge out Democrats in the state of Florida. So a near electoral landslide for RFK Jr., just because of how unpopular Vivek Ramaswamy would be on the national stage with all of those quite unpopular policy ideas. But I could see this being a lower turnout election like I mentioned before. But that's all. So I highly recommend subscribing to the channel, and if you disagree or agree with the outcome of this election prediction, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious about your feedback. Okay, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.